All married couples have problems, but these problems must have limits and be as far as possible from the children because they may lead to psychological problems and affect their future lives. Conflict and discord between parents lead to the deviation of the children and make them flee from the family atmosphere through isolation and introversion. The death of the child leads to psychological damage to the rest of the family, especially the mother, because she may be the reason for the death of her child. The mother feels that her shortcoming and neglect are the reason for the death of her child. Then she gets into a cycle of psychological problems as a result of her feeling that she killed her son and that she is responsible for his absence. And these problems may develop and multiply their effects until the mother becomes in need of psychological treatment to get her out of her crisis. There are many incidents of children dying due to the neglect of their mothers. It's difficult for a mother to accept the death of her child, and she will not forgive herself because she caused his death as a result of her neglect. Children are precious. We cannot neglect them to spend time away from them to seek comfort that may turn into psychological torment that haunts us for the rest of our lives. The death of a child as a result of the mother's neglect has difficult psychological effects on her due to feelings of guilt, tension and pain which affect her thinking and the course of her life as well as her relationship with those around her. The mother may suffer psychological disorders, feeling distressed and regret over the past and depressed, and it is shocking that the mother may commit suicide. Martha is a girl who works as a secretary in an office. She works in the office of a lawyer named Sam. In fact, Martha is a poor girl who lives in a slum. She wants to get rid of his poverty and become a rich woman. She's trying to raise her standard of living and social. Therefore, she found that it was the most appropriate solution for her to work for the office of a famous and rich lawyer. As for Sam, he is a very famous lawyer. He's rich and all people come to his office. He is married to a girl, but he never loves her. He just married her in order to fulfill his father's wish that he marry a rich girl like himself. On the other hand, Martha is very fond of Sam because he is rich and she tries to attract him in many ways. She wants to make him love her, even though she knows he's married. At first she failed to make him fall in love with her, but over time she was able to get his love. One day Sam was very angry and Martha asked him, "What's wrong with you?" And he said, "It's not in my nature to tell somebody about my sadness. But today I feel lost. I don't like the woman I married. I want to divorce her. I only married her at my father's wish." Martha said, "You can divorce her. You're not forced to do anything. We are free in this life." He thought carefully and found that it was the right solution. Martha managed to make Sam stay away from his wife. Martha then tries to make Sam fall in love with her. She took advantage of Sam in those days, was feeling sad, and she comforted him. She takes great care of him, buys him food, and they spend most of their time together in the office. He felt he had a crush on her. Several days passed and Sam asked Martha to marry, and she agreed immediately. They married, but Sam's mother and father did not agree to this marriage to a poor girl and advised him not to marry her. But in the end they got married. Martha was able to break out of poverty and marry that rich lawyer. We find that the downside of Martha's personality is that she's very greedy. She does not love her husband. She just married him in order to get rid of poverty and become a rich girl. He never noticed it because all he could feel was that she loved him. He only sees the beautiful side of her. Several months passed and one day Martha felt very tired. She went to the doctor and the doctor told her that she was pregnant. She's very happy with this news. Surprisingly, we find that Martha at first determined to be pregnant in order to have one child so that this child was Sam's only heir. She only thinks about things financially. She wants to control Sam's money and be hers alone. She went to her husband and told him about it, but his response was shocking. He said, "I don't want to have children. I want to have a quiet life. I told you before that you must take contraceptive medication, but you are clearly doing strange things." She replied, "I'm shocked. I didn't expect that you wouldn't like us to have a baby." They argued for many days, but he finally agreed to it. Martha tries to control the feelings and actions of her husband, Sam, and attracts him. She makes him buy her everything she wants. She took advantage of Sam in a very materialistic way. Months passed and Martha gave birth to a very beautiful baby. They called him Jacob. That innocent child will be a victim in the future, and we will see this marital problems between Martha and Sam increased greatly after Jacob's birth. Martha takes money from Sam without his knowledge. She too was not interested in him at all. She spends most of her time at the club, gym or mall. She has become a very careless wife. 6 years passed and there was a great tragedy. One day Sam went to the bank to withdraw money. He accidentally learns that his wife Martha has taken money without his knowledge. He was very angry and went to Martha in anger. He slapped her in the face telling her, "You are a thief. You steal from me without my knowledge. You take my money without my permission. You are a greedy and selfish girl. You only love yourself. You only love money and I will not let you waste what I have done in my life." She cries hard and doesn't know what to say. The innocent child Jacob saw the quarrel between his mother and father while he was in his room. He saw his father hitting his mother. He's crying hard. That innocent child was very afraid of them. He sat on the ground crying. Then he heard his father saying to his mother, "Now I know everything. You just wanted to have a child for me so that you could do whatever you wanted. You think this way would make me fall into a trap, don't you? The problem is that I loved you. Why did you do that?" She cried and did not say anything. Jacob felt scared and terrified and cried heartily. He feels that he is the cause of the conflict between his father and mother. Kids do things they don't know very well. He decided to run away from his mother and father. That child thought that if he threw himself out of the window he would run away from his father and mother. While they are quarreling as they hear a loud shriek from the child's room. They rushed to his room and did not find him. But they found the window open. They looked out the window and found their child hanging between the ropes. He is about to fall to the ground. It's very difficult and dangerous because if he falls he will fall from the 12th floor and die. The mother screams hard and finds her child falls to the ground and dies. It was a very sensitive scene when a mother saw her son dying in front of her eyes. Martha screams and cries heartily. She feels that she was the reason for the death of her child because she did not care for him. She didn't make him feel safe. She is the one who gave birth to him in order to achieve her personal interest and get money from her husband. After that they took the child to the hospital and the doctors tried to save him. But unfortunately he died. Martha went crazy and started saying incomprehensible words. She felt embarrassed and hated herself. She feels remorse and shame. She is the reason for the death of her innocent child. During the funeral she walks and cries heartily and says, "I'm the reason. I am the one who made you die. I was not a good mother to you. I am the one who makes you do this. I do not deserve to live. I do not deserve to be in this life. I'm a greedy mother. I wasn't the perfect mother to you. I did all this tragedy myself. I feel remorse, and I will continue to feel that until I die." Martha asks for her son's coffin to be opened to say goodbye for the last time. She felt that she was the reason for his death. She got crazy. She touched his face for the last time, and it was very tragic feeling. Martha took a knife. Who killed herself? She committed suicide. She did so out of guilt and shame. She is the reason why her child died, because she did not provide him with a good environment for him to live in. She always quarrels with her husband and does not care whether her son is affected by that or not. It's a very tragic and sad ending. The story teaches us many values. We must take good care of our children. We must not marry someone we do not like. We must not quarrel in front of our children. We must take care of the mental health of our children.